And I'll start out with the Guardian newspaper. Woof. Naira plunge stalls FG states capital projects, spikes cost by 75%. You find that story on page 6 of the Guardian, and then you see the infographics there. Cement price nearly triple, iron rods hit record highs, MDA struggle to adjust budget amid exchange rate crisis, projects face uncertainty as contractors demand reviews. All of these are things hindering the execution of projects according to the federal and state government. But below that, you see a plethora of other headlines. Senate sacks CCT chairman Danladi Umar is on page 5. Disco's action threatening economic stability, reps declare, is on page 5 as well. And then NNPC exporting 4.7 million barrels of new crude to Spain, US. That you'll find on page 18. But that's it from the Guardian.
Let's take a look at Daily Trust. The lead story right now says reps ask Discos to raise investment to 500 billion naira or exit. There's a lead story on the front page of Daily Trust. They also have this writers say their threat to economic stability, welfare of Nigerians. Liabilities, low capacity fuel, call for recapitalization. Lawmakers should demand accountability from electricity companies, as according to an expert. And the Discos are quiet through all of this. Disco's mom is the last rider to that particular story on the front page of Daily Trust.
Well, let's talking about the daily here. Let's go on to Daily Times, and they have this one to lead with. FAC, FG states LG share 1.14 trillion naira for October 2024. That's a lead story on Daily Times. And then you see the picture of the governor-elect of Ondo State, Aida Ture, with his certificate of return from INEC there. It's a big picture you have there. And I think that's his wife beside the INEC rep. I'm not too sure. But above the nameplate, you have this one. 58-year-old Algerian arms dealer arrested in Zamfara. You find that story on page 6, details of that. And then the one beside it reads, Oshomole opposes son's appointment as Edo commissioner. That's on page 2. That's
yeah, that came from the interview we had with the deputy governor yesterday on Sunrise Daily. So okay. Yeah, the story was that he didn't support his son's nomination, but he's been appointed. Okay. So I'm sure the House of Assembly will pass it. But Vanguard newspapers is focusing on security. Terrorists from Mali, Burkina Faso, and northwest Niger states, as according to the Senate, they're raising an alarm there. Tasks military on early warning mechanism. DHQ confirms killing of 5 soldiers in Borno terrorist ambush. Troops neutralize 30 terrorists. So that is all on the front page of the Vanguard newspapers this morning. And of course, you also have your Mr. and Mrs. A Daily Dose is also there. It's a Thursday. I'll still let you do it yourself. Let's leave it there for Vanguard newspapers.
Blueprint has this one to lead with. Beyond Tinubu's policies, North must evaluate its leaders. That's coming from ACF, that's Ira Consultative Forum. And they have this writers. Floats ACF radio station to amplify voice of region. Senate worries over Lakura invasion of Sokoto Kebbi. Charges military over Niger border, Burkina Faso, Mali infiltration. That's Blueprint newspaper. And then Tinubu sacks Nnamdi Azikiwe Varsity Council VC registrar. That's it from Blueprint's newspaper.
And the Nigerian Tribune has this: we will back northern candidates in 2027. That's according to the Arawa Consultative Forum. Fault Tinubu's policies as they relate to northern region. That's the lead story on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune.
Yeah, the New Telegraph says insecurity. It ties into the other headline from
the Arawa
Consultative Forum. North under siege, people may not be alive to reap reforms benefits. ACF speaking there. But at the bottom you see a political story. PDP Damagon rallies state chairman support ahead of November 8th NEC meeting.
Now, speaking of the PDP, the Daily Independent has this North-Central disunity may push Damagum to complete IU's tenure. So that story is still right there. Party governors to meet Saturday to take decision ahead of NEC meeting. That's the lead story there. State chairman denied passing vote of confidence in Damagum acting chair. That's the lead story on the front page of Daily Independent.
All right, let's go on as we round up this Nigeria. Energy crisis. This Nigeria is the next one. Disco's activities threat to economy. Reps declare. Urge FG to categorize them as non-state actors. What would that mean? Would they be banned or asked to leave Nigeria? Well, that's the lead story on This Nigeria. And at the bottom you have this one. Senate approves sack of Conduct Tribunal chair over alleged misconduct. You find that story, details of that, on page 5, and that's This Nigeria.
And Blueprint has this. Beyond Tinubu's policies, North must evaluate its leaders. That's according to the ACF. And they also have this story. Tinubu sacks Nnamdi Azikiwe Varsity Council VC and Registrar. That story also broke yesterday. Well, that's where we'll have to leave it for Blueprint.
And that's where we'll leave it for the look at some of the headlines and some of the dailies. Sunrise Daily will be back in a moment. Please stay with us.